Um, yeah, it's a big move, especially during a time like this. Obviously, Manchester United's tradition and history speaks for itself. We're all familiar with it. Honestly, it was a great opportunity to play a full season and to compete for a title, and that's what I felt like I needed. And it provided a really great place for that. And it's a young, ambitious program. They're only a few years old. I was really drawn in by the manager, Casey Stoney, and her reputation when I had heard about her. And then becoming more familiar with the team, it was something I felt like I could really come here and build upon, and help out and learn and grow. And so far, I'm really happy about my decision to join the club. It's been great. Yeah, it's huge. You can see it and you can feel it in the club, and they're really really proud of it. It's something that they're continuing to build on every day, in their setup and in the way that they train and in the way that they're growing. So I think when I first watched the team, it wasn't a team that I thought was a team that had recently kind of come into the first division and is really trying to make a name for themselves. And I think it shows with the club bringing over Kristen and I that they're very ambitious and they want to compete now. They don't want to wait. And that's exactly what I love to do. Honestly, like the decision and all of that happened fairly quickly, but in terms of my ambition to play overseas, I've played overseas before. I actually wanted to come here, not necessarily now. Obviously, the circumstances are a big reason for that, but it is a league that I've had my eye on. It's obviously I'm a huge football fan, so obviously the league and the tradition was something that had interested me. But due to the circumstances, obviously a lot had changed and forced a lot of decisions that I would have never have thought I would had to have been making at this point in my career. But as it all goes, we're all doing our best. But as soon as there was interest from the club, and I kind of learned about their program and their process, and learned and asked around, learned about Casey, learned about the team. It was a project I was very much interested in, and then the rest is kind of history. And now I'm in Manchester.
Um, and you're going to get to play, well, obviously with Kristen and this club, and against Sam, against Rose, against Alex, possibly quite soon. I mean, obviously you've played with and against them for many years now, but what's it going to be like, playing against Alex Morgan, for example, in a Manchester United Tottenham game, or against Sam and Rose in a Manchester derby?
Yeah, I mean, the badges are huge. We have such a kind of young history in terms of football in the US. So it's something that is going to definitely bring a different weight to the shirt, I feel like, in a way. But obviously, like you said, we compete with each other and I mean, against each other and also with each other all the time. So it's something we're very familiar with. I was honestly really excited when I saw that Rose and Sam were coming over, because I thought it's a very uncomfortable time, and to kind of put your career and be uncomfortable and make that move, I thought was enormous. And I have huge respect for that, because it's not an easy decision, and it shows how much they value their career. But just having everybody over here, there's kind of that nice familiarity about it. But I think we're all used to the competition at this point.
Thanks as always, and good luck.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Next, Matthew from the Metro.
Hi, Tobin.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome, obviously, to England and WSL. I was just wondering if this was a move which would have been a lot harder, perhaps, if the other guys hadn't been moving over here as well. Is this something you would have considered if you were, the only one coming over to play over here as well?
That's a great question. It was, like I said before, it was definitely like a league I had my eye on, and something as a professional. I love putting myself in growth and uncomfortable situations, and I love learning. So I think it definitely came a lot sooner than I thought. I mean, during this year, there would have been no way, especially with the Olympics. It just would have been out of the question in terms of our preparation. But yeah, it's, every opportunity that you get in life to do something unique and that's going to challenge you and push you is an opportunity that I want to take, especially as a footballer. And, our careers are so short, and, I was very patient in my waiting during our kind of quarantine and lockdown in the US. And at some point you don't ever know what the right decision is, but you have to make one. And I chose to come over, and I'm really happy about my decision.
I mean, obviously, you've achieved so much, you won so much, you played in several different leagues, but are you someone who's always looking for a new challenge? Are you always hoping that there's something new around the corner to try your hand at like this?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been, so blessed in my career to be able to, compete in the, most important games there is as a footballer. And at a club level, I want to experience the same things. And Europe, obviously gives you a different element to that. And, the culture of football is so special. You come over and you're able to learn so much. The game is taught so differently and looked at so differently. And that's something that I love. I love to learn, and I love to grow and push myself. And at this point in my career, it's a great place to do it.
And is that hard sometimes to try and find a new challenge when you've done so much in the game?
I don't think so. I mean, like, I could go out on the field by myself and I'd be challenged. So I don't really think that. Obviously, yeah, I guess I do like putting myself in uncomfortable situations, because there's a lot of growth there. And as a footballer, I'm never kind of satisfied with where I'm at. And I love to, continue to evolve as a player. And the only places you can do that is just, when you're uncomfortable. And sometimes when you're at home for too long, it's not that.